Poisonrana.
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT postwrestling.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast app you use, and we are live.
Live on youtube.com/postwrestling.
Yeah.
Hello, postmarks.
I'm wearing a post hat, you're wearing a post shirt, but you got something. Let me just get that off your shirt there.
that
We're
booger?
live right now. No, thank goodness.
Oh.
It's
I
like
was going to say,
lint.
that was very brave of you. Just
That's
lint. Oh.
We're close. We're roommates. We've we've done worse. Hello, welcome. It is Tuesday night. We just watched NXT, and we're going to talk all about it because we are your NXT friends. And am I Showtime, Braden Herrington?
Showtime, Braden Herrington.
Got you, right.
Lowdown, Davie P.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Apparently, according to JP.
When we're on, is it just our post names now?
I mean, Showtime is, I think of Sting, and I think of Eric Young.
Right.
Lowdown is
D-Lo.
So
Yeah.
Pollock's just
You're
assigning
more
us.
the D-Lo mark than me, although I do like D-Lo.
Yeah, we're all deep down a D-Lo
D-Lo
marks.
mark, yeah.
One
of my highlights in 2023 is Braden Herrington losing his fucking mind, seeing D'Lo Brown backstage at Impact.
Pretty great. It's pretty good. He loved it. We're best friends now.
Of all the people, like, you've met plenty of wrestlers and you've been perfectly cool. Of all the ones to just lose your goddamn mind over, it's D'Lo Brown, and I don't blame you.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta.
The real dude now.
You just gotta lose your mind sometimes. Like the funny part was like we were smoking and I went to pass. I didn't look over, so I went to pass this guy a joint and realized, oh wait, you're not in the smoking circle. You're just now face to face. Good times at Impact Wrestling. We won't be at the next one because we'll be away though. But they're coming back to Toronto, which I'm sure will be a lot of fun for any Toronto area people. Pretty cool. They're having a lot of fun.
But we'll be overseas. We'll be doing our European tour.
That's right. BDE going on tour. We did the Forbidden Pour in Toronto, and well, we're
the Forbidden Tour now.
Yeah, the Forbidden Tour is all in it, bruv, because we are going to All In at Wembley, and we are doing an event with Grapple, and it's called All In It, bruv. And well, it's sold out, so you can't come. However, we may be working on
You can hang out outside the bar and take photos.
Be like the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Just don't wait at the airport.
Yeah,
for
I'm not
us.
telling you our hotel.
Not signing anything.
Casa Mama Portman.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be traveling a lot in the next month or so because we're going to All In, but sooner than that, we're going to SummerSlam as well in the Big D. So we will be going to that. And I gotta ask you, are you ready to throw him up? The Jeff Hardy?
Oh, are we going to that?
We're going to Detroit, and obviously family of the show, I should say, B Detroit, from What Up Doe. He's from Detroit, obviously. We're going to SummerSlam. We're going to be hanging out with him, and he was kind of like, hey, maybe we should go check out GCW. And you were like, nah, not really feeling it. And I was like, on the fence. And then now they randomly announced Jeff Hardy's going to be there. They say he's not wrestling.
His band is playing.
So he's playing after the show.
Thing, right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I'm still not, I haven't enjoyed a GCW show I've seen. So I'd kind of rather just go out, but I'm not going to let you,
Of course, yeah.
I don't mind, but I'm
So-
probably not going to.
It would definitely make me go and consider if he was wrestling. So maybe Will-O-the-Wisp is wrestling, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, I don't really want to see Jeff Hardy wrestle either.
Yeah.
It's not really a draw for me. Yeah.
Man, I just want to hang out with Jeff Hardy.
Do it. You do you, man.
Maybe, possibly. So we'll be on the fence. But we are going to Detroit. We are going to
We
SummerSlam.
will be. It's coming really soon now.
Yeah, it's coming up in a few weeks.
And also, I think we can announce, hey, any of you live in Berlin?
Yeah, good shout. we're going on a Euro trip.
Yeah.
We decided, hey, I've never been over across the pond, and we thought, well, while I'm there, we'll make a little pit stop somewhere else and stop off at a few other places. And we decided we're gonna go party in Berlin.
Yeah, we grilled some meat, we drank some Bron Breakker, and
Had
we
a
booked flights
fantastic
and
time.
hotels to Berlin.
Yeah, I just want to hang out with Alex Wright.
At Berghain.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the. Is it Bergenheim?
Berghain, I think it
You
is.
just need to get black mesh shirts.
Tops. I think we could get it. Seeing those two lads on you, we watched this. There's this exclusive like nightclub.
Yeah.
Where debauchery goes
Celebrities talk about it.
down.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's like more like security checks in the airport.
Yeah,
Into this
yeah.
place, and basically you end after.
You're not even allowed to smile in line. They kick you out. Yeah.
You're not allowed on your phone or anything. After about 3 hours of lining up, they'll kick people like immediately out the line. You meet the big scary dude with face tattoos, and he decides whether you're in or out. And it seems like the key is to not smile and wear black mesh shirts. So
we'll dress like Jeff Hardy.
Naturally, I've gone on Amazon.
Oh. You've gone and ordered us mesh shirts.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, but I think in all black, or if there's like a theme, you fit the theme and they'll let you in.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll try to get in somehow, some way. But we've been fascinated. Planning our trip. We're gonna do a Jack the Ripper tour in London as well. We're gonna do all the fun stuff.
A lot of bars.
Exactly.
But yeah, hit us up if you're in Deutschland, if you're in London. Like, come and say hi.
Yeah. You want to buy us a beer? Buy yourself a Patreon friend membership over at our Patreon, because it's only $5 and it gives you a whole month's access. And hey, that will give us enough to buy us a beer. So go buy us and buy yourself the gift that keeps on giving.
And we're throwing a lot at you this month as well. Last month, obviously, like with Forbidden Door and Forbidden Pour, there was a week we kind of had to like chill.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on. So we're making it up for you this week. 2 Patreon exclusive shows and a bonus free show on our Poison Rana feed.
Yeah, lots and lots of free shows. Obviously, you got to follow Poison Rana. Go hit that subscribe. Search Poison Rana, one word, in your podcast app and find our weekly show. We just did one on Sunday talking all about Collision, Joe versus Punk, the tribal courtroom drama.
Court.
Yeah.
Like the biggest rated segment in WWE for years.
Really?
Actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Interesting. We talk all about that.
Huge rating.
Yeah, so we talk all about that and a bunch of other stuff, G1 stuff and everything over on Poison Rana. On that free feed, you're getting Shot in the Dark with Siino, where he covers all the other wrestling. Of course, there's a What Up Doe from a week or so ago. This Friday, I'm recording a new Detox with Jordan Goodman. So follow that Facebook group, and I'll be putting up something tomorrow about a feed and ask some random questions, because I'm sure we'll get into some weird and random topics that have nothing to do with wrestling. And then over on the Patreon, lots and lots of shows, because we just did a review of Vengeance 2006, which was awesome. Then we did an Up Yours. Family member Chris Leone picked Midsummer, so that just came out this past weekend over on our Patreon for all patrons. And yeah, if you're a fan of the uncomfortable horror movie with naked old people, this is the one for you. And we dive into it and get all spooked out, and it's a ton of fun. And we had a fun chat with
Great
Chris.
chat with Chris there
As well. So that was a fun horror movie review. But this week we have a retro NXT review looking at NXT from January 15th, 2014, featuring Adrian Neville versus Tyler Breeze, Bo Dallas versus Mojo Rawley. I forget, there's something else on it, but I'm blank. I just watched it.
Nice.
So, but you know what? There was some pretty good stuff on it, leading to Triple H announcing the first ever arrival. So
oh wow, okay, that's coming up.
Yeah, we'll be getting into the first ever NXT like premium live event, because we're at where the network was just announced and all that. So we're in that era in What's Next, which is a fun retro NXT review for all you NXT fans out there. So follow along with that. And then another show this week on the Patreon, and Up Yours from the BDE champ, Fire Frank. He did such a good job, we had to let him pick his show. So he has selected, in honor of the new Turtles movie coming out in a few weeks, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. with Kevin Nash and Super Shredder himself. So
I gotta know what's so secretive about this.
the
ooze.
secret of the ooze.
Yeah.
There's a secret, Davey.
I only know about public ooze. I don't know about any secret oozes going on.
Yeah.
I'll have to find out.
We're going to find all about Ninja Turtles. So get your feedback in. We're recording this tomorrow afternoon. So there's a feedback thread on the Patreon and the Facebook page there. So lots of shows out on all our feeds there.
Also, Braden and I are competing. We have both entered this year the Post Wrestling G1 contest.
That's right.
And is this your first time you've done it?
You've done it for me.
I've done it for you before?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be competing in the C block. You still have a little bit of time to get your G1 picks in, postwrestling.com/live. It's always fun. I love doing this contest every year. I think last year I missed out, so I'm glad to be back. Because I competed for that C block. I was, I think, second last time I did.
My trick
I want to win it.
My trick was just put Yano for everything.
Yeah.
Win everything. Win the whole damn thing.
I think that is the thing. It's like looking, okay, what are the upsets going to be? Because it's very rare someone wins every single match, even your top guys. So it's like, where are the upsets? And normally it's like a Yano who picks up some.
I don't even want to win. I just want to do better than WH Park.
Oh, you will. He's very bad at these things. He might not even do it this.
Yeah.
Good. But yeah, he's pretty bad at this. But yeah, so we'll be on our weekly Poison Rana Sunday show, probably talking about some G1 we've seen over the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Lots to talk about. We'll be live again this Sunday over on our Poison Rana YouTube, which is now YouTube monetized.
Yeah.
So you want to buy us a beer? Hey, buy us a super chat live on Sundays now.
Our next aim is to get the out. We want to be at the point
exactly.
where we're just youtube.com/PoisonRana.
Exactly, yeah. So Sunday we'll go live at 2 Eastern time and we'll chat all about Dynamite, Collision, and everything else going on in the world of wrestling. So lots and lots of podcasts and shows.
You know, we've fallen a bit behind because there's been so much wrestling to watch in recent weeks, but one of our favorite shows to put on at 4 in the morning is Stone Cold.
Oh, we haven't.
America.
Yeah, we're behind.
Well, now I think we need another show. Is this A&E? These shows?
Yeah,
are on?
yeah.
We need Undertaker takes on wildlife. Undertaker v Sharks. We've seen Undertaker v Tigers before.
Wow, we have.
Undertaker v Lions.
Yeah, Michelle McCool.
We thought he'd retired, but like.
Yeah, you guys thought Undertaker retired? Well, he has one more in him, apparently. You know we love sharks, and we will be celebrating Shark Week in just a couple weeks.
Oh, I can't wait.
With our Patreon review of Jaws. So look forward to that in a few weeks, because we love Shark Week. And you know, I got shark facts for you, but I don't think Undertaker knows that when he enters those waters, he's entering the boneless street crew.
What are you talking about?
Because sharks don't have bones.
What?
Michelle McCool on her social media, Miss Taker, posted a video where she's like at a beach somewhere, and you got to watch the video. I retweeted and everything from Poisonrana, but like the shark approaches her, and she kind of gets a little freaked out, and it keeps getting closer. So Big Mark Undertaker just steps in and walks closer, and then this thing buggers off.
Yeah. And it's typical 2023. It's like, holy shit, there's a shark. I better just film it. We saw the same thing on a roof the other day. This couple just set a huge fire on a barbecue.
Yeah.
The guy is
wave him over.
his arm, like trying to put it out, and the girl's just there with her phone out.
Oh no!
Better film
Yeah,
it.
no, oh no, babe, watch out! And she's just filming it. I'm like, hey, there's a fire. Watch out.
Yeah, we need that. Michelle McCool filming Undertaker scaring off scary animals.
So the Undertaker is like, oh no, there's a shark close to my wife. I better step in. Like, what was he gonna do? Choke slam the shark? Tombstone? Rest in peace. Well, I was expecting a fight.
So Stone Cold takes on America. Undertaker takes on wildlife, and Kurt Angle takes on food.
Yeah,
with scissors.
Yeah. Imagine there was social media in like the Attitude Era. All these people would not be.
They wouldn't be as cool.
As we all thought they were.
If you haven't seen it, Kurt eating spaghetti with scissors.
Man. He's ridiculous.
Love it.
Oh man, but we love sharks here, so I'm glad no sharks were harmed by the Undertaker.
Harmed.
Yeah,
Like he was just like, all right.
He's
I'm
like,
off.
yo, back off.
Fair enough.
Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. We support sharks here for sure. So yeah, we are going to talk about NXT. I saw that was trending on social media, but I also saw Hugh Jackman donning the yellow Wolverine suit.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but like I was filled with like happiness, and yeah, you can see I love.
Quite that one.
Yeah, I love me some Wolverine. You're holding up a Wolverine figure that I got that was at Dollarama.
Wasn't that at the Awesome Toy Show?
No, this is
Oh
just
wow, okay.
this new collection they put
Nice.
out. Yeah, I love me some Wolverine, and I'm excited for this movie. This photo coming out with him finally wearing this suit. No mask yet.
No mask. We've got to have there's gonna be that
The
moment,
meme, yeah.
the meme of him looking at the
photo?
isn't there? Sad Wolverine.
It's got to be the photo of Gene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That just made me like happy, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm going to see that movie right away. So, really excited for
Was it? I think.
something crazy. The first ever Blue Jay to win.
Do you think you could hit one home?
Back in
Given
the,
a softball
hey, back in the day, I was pretty good. My dad's and my brother's like crazy. It's
in like proper size.
in a stadium that big, my brother probably could. But he's like trains and does all that stuff. But right now, no, not right now.
So
Definitely.
we didn't play baseball or softball back home. We played rounders, which
Right.
is a smaller stick and you hit with one hand.
play cricket.
Well, there's cricket as well, but rounders is similar rules to baseball,
Yeah.
like softball, but it's a smaller wooden bat. And I'd be good at that because I played tennis because my hand-eye coordination is pretty good.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be able to do the double too well.
Yeah.
I'd like to give it a go.
Yeah, I used to be
Can't see
pretty
myself getting 72.
good. No, maybe I'd get
That's
it
why I
close.
Being paid the big bucks.
Exactly. Yeah, Vladdy.
Yeah. Right, Vladdy, you try and podcast about NXT every week.
Yeah,
See
man.
how you fare then.
It's us, Vladdy, and we're Laddie.
Yeah.
Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
Call me Laddie Guerrero Jr. fan. Well, now I guess we can talk about NXT, and before that is 10-year anniversary of the WWE Performance Center.
Yeah.
It turns 10. Wow.
And they announced that every single current champion made their way through the PC on the
Damn.
main roster. So
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
it's done all right, hasn't it?
Yeah.
PC.
Lots of big moments. Lots of big stars coming in through there, and I think they're doing a pretty damn good job. Like there was the argument, like, oh, if you train them all the same way, what's that going to do? But it's not quite like that. It has so much more to that.
Also, when they say that, it's also like thinking people like Gunther, etc., have had a career, like Seth Rollins as well, had a career outside WWE before, but they still do the PC
Right.
fine tuning.
Sure.
Right,
Yeah.
beforehand. But yeah,
Yeah. I'd say it's a success, and there's been so many big stars that have come through and will continue to. So,
and we're going to talk all about them.
exactly.
Yeah. NXT, July 11th, 2023, live from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. And we start with Judgment Day coming out to Alter Bridge on the other side. And, yeah, is everything okay there?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, everything's good.
Okay.
Judgment Day come out, the full Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. Big chance for Mommy in the CWC, and welcome home chants. And Finn gets the mic and says, "Daddy's home." I think Ciampa would have something to say about that.
That's right. And he's been home.
He's been home,
Kind
but
of.
unfortunately Johnny is injured right now. Not getting that KO Sammy DIY match we were hoping for SummerSlam.
Damn.
But Finn says we're going to lay down some house rules from the Judgment Day. And every single member gets cheered except for Dom, who gets big boos. Priest says, Mello and Trick, you called us out here because you thought you would get a divided Judgment Day, as we've seen on kind of Raw, a little tension between Priest and Balor. But he says you're getting the Judgment Day that runs WWE and NXT. This is the murderer's row of WWE. And then Dom tries to speak and gets booed out of this building.
I love how Dom is just treated this way in WWE. Like, I don't watch Raw, but the bits I have seen of Dom, I'm just absolutely loving the heel character of what he's become. He's getting so good at working, like timing, the acting, just everything. So Dom, I see like going even further than I ever imagined, I think, in WWE, just because of how good he's in this role and acts and sells it to the crowd. The whole Judgment Day act like actually really worked for me.
It's really working.
Yeah, I love all
absolutely.
of them.
Trick and Mello come out, and They, Mami is mad. Rhea Ripley's mad that they interrupted Dirty Dom. And Melo says maybe he's called Dirty Dom for all the time he dropped the gets cut off by Trick saying, whoa, we can't say that here. Drop the soap joke. Melo says this is about you, Finn. You're at the top of NXT's Mount Rushmore, but now it's got Trick and Melo all over it. And you got the better of me on Raw the other week, but now you're in my arena. In this building, Trick, Melo gang run things. Priest says you don't have Judgment Day staring back at you every Tuesday, and that's why you're running things. And then things start to get heated between the two, and they call for a tag team match. And Balor says, if you come for the Prince, you best not miss. So it's confirmed that Priest and Balor will be taking on Trick and Melo in the main event. Kind of bumping that Ilya Bron match earlier in the show, which we kind of thought might be the headline of this.
Yeah, which is kind of weird considering that's kind of a pretty big match, Braun and Ilya. But I'd say anytime you bring down main roster guys, it's big enough to main event for sure. And especially this act is pretty popular with all four of them being here. And
we've seen as well in recent weeks, NXT ratings have been pretty good for what it is. So I think
better than Collision.
Yeah, so I think the injection of main roster WWE and stuff has definitely helped it, and starting to get people, you know, the good thing about having people come down is you come to watch, let's watch Seth Rollins have a match on a Tuesday, and then you learn who Carmelo Hayes and a Bron Breakker, etc. Right. So I think they've been doing a good job with that. But yeah, good opener here. The crowd was super hot for Judgment Day and Trick and Melo, so setting up the main event.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like all four in Judgment Day, and obviously I love Trick and Melo on the mic, so the dynamic kind of worked. It just makes me wonder, like, where are we going with this? And I'll still think that by the end of this episode, but which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah. We go now to a first. I don't think I've seen this in wrestling before. An interviewer interviewing someone from prison via Zoom or whatever.
This is a collect call.
So we see Tony D'Angelo sporting a bit of a thicker beard than usual.
That prison beard.
His prison beard
Playoff
going
beard.
on. And Mackenzie's questioning him about Stacks. And Tony goes, what can I do? I'm at Stacks' mercy tonight. And I've never been worried, but tonight... And Mackenzie cuts him off and says, Tony, are you concerned about Stacks? Do you trust Stacks? And he says, look, I trust him, but honestly, I don't know this kid anymore. He barely visits, and I've been hearing some bad things about him. So putting into question Stacks' loyalty, is he working with Gallus? Because we're having a huge freedom or trial match. Stacks must beat Joe Coffey to ensure Tony D'Angelo's freedom from prison.
Yeah, I love wrestling. Only in wrestling can one guy's friend be there's a fight, and if the friend wins, then the other friend is free from jail and all the charges are just dropped.
You know what? I prefer this than just settling. Oh, I've done something wrong. How about I give you a load of money because I'm rich and then like have it disappear? No, fight me.
Fight me? Well,
fight me or fight you. Like, yeah.
Well, like, would you fight for me if I was in jail?
Of course.
Would I trust that like you would win, that I would be free?
You think I'd,
or like, and vice versa, right? Like if I was up and if you were in jail, I don't think you'd trust me to fight.
I ain't finding another tag team partner podcasting. Like if I'd got to fight to keep this alive.
Yeah, so you'd fight for me.
Oh,
I'd fight for you too. Yeah. All right.
Good.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Good. Who we fighting?
I don't know. We're going to karaoke later. We'll find out.
We go to a video package from Gigi Dolin, kind of a reply to Kiana's video promo last week. She says, everyone has their dark side, but I put my demons out there on Front Street for everyone to see. And I'm the dark side that Kiana wishes she knew about. And she's trying to hide who she is. And we see all these kind of Instagram pics of Kiana, you know, like partying and stuff like that.
What?
And she's saying, yeah, she's just pretending with all this business stuff. And you say the gloves came off? Well, yes. Take them off and tear down those hypocritical walls, because I know who I am, whereas you live a lie. And we cut right from this to Kiana in the women's locker room, and all the girls are kind of laughing at these pictures that came up, and Kiana's deleting them from her phone and saying, "That's not who I was. That's not who I am." So yeah, I can't say this feud's a great deal for me.
No, not at all. And this is terrible. They're basically like shaming her party like pictures.
And it wasn't. They weren't even like particularly bad pictures either.
Yeah,
it was her like smiling, holding a glass of
beer
wine.
or-
It wasn't
yeah,
like
like,
her
what?
doing fucking lines at an after
Heroin.
hours, was it? Like,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
and I don't know if I'd constitute like, going out and having some fun as a dark past.
Yeah, because everyone in NXT does that.
Yeah, it's not quite the same as the sort of family stuff Gigi's brought up with her parents.
Yeah,
and
kind
living
of-
in-
Kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
I really didn't like this actually. It's kind of weird that they went that route with it. They could have went the route, like I thought they were just going the route like Kiana's like, "Ha, you're poor and I'm rich," and that's probably where I thought it was going. And it's like, no, actually, you're a whore. It's like, no, wait,
like,
what?
The story
Doesn't make sense.
The story makes sense if like Gigi reveals that Kiana, does have the same sort of background, did have a troubled childhood, and then came out and she's acting this facade of this big businesswoman.
Right.
Instead, it's like, hey,
You had a glass of wine.
You had a
How
glass
could
of
you?
wine. Like it's,
You're a terrible human being. How could you?
like we've seen these two have a match already as well, and
Yeah.
the feud's continuing. I can't say it's really lighting my world on fire.
Yeah.
We go to our next match. Duke Hudson and Andre Chase of Chase U taking on Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey, the former guest supply teachers.
Supply professor,
Yeah.
teachers,
At,
trainers.
except normally when you have supply teachers, you piss around more. Whereas,
Watch a film.
yeah, exactly.
Watch a movie. Watch Bill Nye the Science Guy
Yeah.
on repeat.
So Chase and Duke just jump Gulak and Dempsey during their entrance. They come in hot. Gulak and Duke spill to the outside from a big clothesline. Andre Chase has really nice Nikes on this week. Red, white, and blue. Got them
Matching.
early for the Great American Bash.
That's right.
I think
Matches the red and white of his Chase U.
there's a monkey flip from Chase, and then we see on the perch, Bronco Nima and Lucian Price are watching on.
The new tag
They
team.
were advertised to be on this week. We thought we were going to see them in action, but they're kind of just scouting the tag team division here.
What a terrible debut.
Terrible.
Your debut is you're just watching other people's
And
matches.
especially we just had this with Garza and Humberto just watching on.
Yeah,
from the
terrible
perch.
debut.
Yeah. Duke Hudson hits Rana, which was pretty impressive.
Very
from the big
nice. I
guy.
mean, he's 6'5".
Yeah.
He's big.
Duke then picks Gulak up like on the turnbuckle by the hair, just lifts him right in the air.
Very impressive.
And then hits an avalanche Michinoku driver, which looked very nice.
Yeah, I popped for this. Love me a Michu driver, but off the top too.
Yeah. Duke and Chase then do their tandem Chase U jabs and send Gulak and Dempsey to the outside, giving them a teachable moment. And then there's this beautiful vertical suplex with a bridge from Dempsey. Chase and Dempsey are trading forearms. There's a crossbody from Chase. And then Gulak hits the German suplex on Chase into a German from Dempsey with the bridge. Looked really nice. And then on the outside, Thea Hale leaps onto Gulak and applies the Kimura on him.
Yeah.
The ref's distracted and Gulak can't get back into the win. And then Chase U hit their double team flatliner
Gory bomb into the flatliner. Yeah.
to Dempsey for the win. In a pretty fun tag, I thought.
Yeah, I love the team of Duke and Andre Chase. Obviously, they have the Chase U people in the crowd in that section, but like the crowd get so behind them as well. Like months ago, we were saying and calling for them to have won that 4-way tag, and I still think that would have been the right decision, showing that like people have now gotten behind this character. We don't want to see them turn anymore. Like, yeah, one day, eventually, but I now see this just as a whole like unit that they could be like they're an over team now.
Yeah, there's way more to be had, way more fun to be had with these just united and no tension between them, because I've really been enjoying Duke Hudson.
Yeah, me too.
I think he has a nice mix of that kind of like 80s style wrestler where it's just like big man and poses and
Big
things,
chin.
but then can do some like pretty cool stuff like a Rana and that Michinoku. And I really like Chase's wrestling. I'm not a fan of the gear on him, but his wrestling's pretty good. And I think going in there with Gulak and Dempsey, who are both very technically sound. I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, and lots of pretty good wrestling, both from Drew and Charlie as well. I would like this team to go far as well, but right now I'd prefer Duke and Andre to maybe get the next big title opportunity again that they were robbed of, but we probably won't go in that direction either.
We go to Bron Breakker, who says, Ilja Dragunov, you made a big mistake because you weren't even on my radar. You think I'm in your way to the NXT title? Well, you've been behind me since your first day here in NXT, and you'll never get ahead of me. And there will not be enough security, officials, referees to hold me back from breaking you on the way to the bash.
Because I'm the badass Bron Breakker, I'm going to break you.
Nice intense promo. I think Bron's totally found his groove with
it. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been loving this character turn. I almost think that on the main roster, when he reminds me of like Batista, like he's got the bit of an edge and loves destroying people, but like can be like your good guy as well. I think he'll eventually find his groove in that department, but right now I'm loving this.
I think so. I think he'll
the badass.
I think he needs to debut as a heel.
Yeah,
and just like I put him like right near the top of the card, just running through people. His kind of spear out of nowhere, he's hit like so many cool ones. I think we'll get over. And you're right. I think it will naturally turn him babyface again on the main roster because I think people love this guy.
Yeah, me too.
It's working, and I think it's going to be pretty soon we see him. I'm calling like maybe
soon
Raw after SummerSlam, something like that.
Yeah,
he could debut, or even on SummerSlam for like a run-in or something, you know,
with the creeds.
Yeah. We go to Von Wagner and Mr. Stone.
Another one of these vignettes.
Sat down, having a bit of a chat, and Von says, "Last week I got carried away," as we see him putting poor Harvey, big body Harvey, through the table.
Loving it.
Says, but Harvey just kept on saying all that crap I used to hear as a kid. And when I was a kid, my parents weren't always there to protect me. I'd go to school, and I hated it. I'd get bullied, and whenever we had to pick partners for science project or sport or whatever, no one wanted to be with me. They looked away because I had this metal plate in my head, and I looked like a monster. Well, if they see me as a monster, that's what I'm going to be. And Robert Stone goes, to be accepted, to make it through life, got to be the monster. When I came to NXT, I chose to be the monster. But last week, the crowd accepted me for who I am. And it's the first time in life I knew who I was. And it's your annoying, irritating ass I got to thank for that.
Wow. Great emotional music playing throughout this. Just, people call the Bloodline stuff cinema. But
I love it.
TV.
They're kind of making him like, Frankenstein's monster.
He is. And with his friend.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Stone is what? Dr. Frankenstein?
Yeah, he created this.
Yeah.
They gotta manage how to maintain the monster.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Where does it evolve from here? Because I am enjoying these segments. And
I love how he's like, with my I had titanium in my head. They called me Titanium Head. So is this Titanium Von Wagner?
I think we've now got to see that, like the headbutt.
Yeah, he's got to murder people like Shibata style.
Yeah.
What is it, Zidane?
Like if he can do like, McIntyre's kind of Glasgow Kiss style, but like everyone sells it as dead.
Just titanium.
Because his finish is pretty weak anyway, isn't it?
Well, he's been powerbombing.
The powerbomb's fun, but like the one he's been using in ring is kind of not great.
All right, we need it.
The
Titanium Von Wagner.
Love it.
Yeah. Oh man, look
coming
at
out to Sia.
Titanium. Yeah. True.
I love Sia.
Wow, what a segment, Von Wagner. Like wrestling, I say it all the time, and I've already said it before, but wrestling is silly, right? And like they've decided, hey, maybe we'll try something different, and it's like they're going for like his deep personal story, and it's cheesy, but in a way, I hope it turns into like just him like power bombing people, having good matches. That's what like he never had. He was getting over, and then they kept doing the same thing, and him roaring, and now they're like, what should we do? Well, I'm a monster. So it's like, are we going to then strip it down? He's going to be more soft, and he's not going to beat people up. Like he's going to be some sort of,
They've got to, find a way to control the monster, and then Stone like lets it out. I know.
Look at us. Whoever thought we'd be intrigued by Von Wagner, huh?
You've been a fan since day one.
Oh, day one. Never forget.
RYN in the chat is calling him Hardhead Von. Chris Leone, the new head of the table.
The big head.
The big head of the table.
Yeah, we'll have Vaughn and JD McDonough join Roman. Head of the table.
GoldenEye. We go to our next match. Cora Jade taking on Kelani Jordan with Dana Brooke on her side. This is Jordan's NXT debut here.
Oh, yeah? Is it?
I think she's been on Level Up, no? But
oh, I thought we saw her. Am I
have
crazy?
we seen her?
Oh, man.
I thought we just saw her talk to Dana, no?
Yeah, but I think
might be wrong.
Yeah, I thought she debuted last week.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Well, she's having another match. Jordan starts off like looking quite impressive with this splits, followed by a monkey flip to Cora, showing off her gymnastics, and then followed this up with a pretty nice looking like springboard arm drag.
Yeah, she fought Tatum Paxley last week.
That's right.
And beat her,
Yes, you're right. Cora then catches Jordan and catapults her against the bottom rope, and then stomps on her spine and hits a running elbow to the back of the neck. Jordan then gets caught up in the ropes, allowing Cora to drop kick her to the stomach for a 2 count. Jade then goes for the back elbow again, but this time Kelani moves and rolls up Cora for a 2 count. Kalani's now delivering these forearms as she's looking like she's kind of running out of gas here, and starts firing up, and then does a cartwheel into a Pele kick onto Jade, and then goes up top for a springboard but gets kicked off the ropes, and Cora hits her like double arm DDT, but kind of looked a little ugly here.
Yeah.
For the win here for Cora Jade.
Yeah, I mean, Cora Jade's been on TV for quite a while now. Kelani, this is her second match on TV, and like there was some parts that looked pretty impressive, and there were some parts that looked rough. So it's like Cora, to me, still not the biggest fan. I think Cora is not one of the better wrestlers in this women's division on NXT, and Kalani's like second week and doing stuff that was a little bit more impressive than Cora, which is like, oh, okay. Usually it's the other way around, but I mean, she's being put on TV because she's ready to show off what she can do, and this definitely wasn't really it. And I mean, Kelani, kayfabe wise, she was going for the playmaker, which is like one of the number one creator wrestler moves that are just assigned here. That's like MVP's move, right? The overdrive. That's
right. Yeah.
No, that move, I can't stand it. So when you're going for that, you just have no chance of winning. So I actually think she shows some promise with some of the stuff she was doing. She's a gymnast, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen like the gymnasts in the past have done pretty well. Like you're thinking like Casey Catanzaro, sorry, what's her name now?
Katana Chance
has that gymnast background, which impresses, and like over years she's like tied it together with the wrestling a lot better. Sol Ruka, Tiffany Stratton, it definitely works for these women with these gymnast background. It is also one of those things with NXT putting people this green out so early on live TV. I think unfortunately this might be one of those matches that tomorrow on Twitter we see gifs of, and people being like, how
picking it apart.
embarrassing
Yeah.
is this? But she has shown like signs, like some good stuff. I agree, Cora just isn't quite there. There was some clunkiness from both parts here, but I hope over time we see Kelani improve, because I think she's got
something there.
She's got a natural likability about her as a baby face, and I think like some of the stuff looked quite impressive. So, and everything else. After the match, Cora goes for her stick, and Dana runs in and takes her out with drop kicks and clotheslines and chases her off with a stick. Yeah. We then go to Ilja Dragunov, who says he's backstage before his match, saying, "Badass Bron Breakker, tonight I finish what you have started. I felt your power and your rage, but tonight you feel my wrath and fury, and I will get past you all the way to the Great American Bash and the NXT champion."
Oh, I love Ilja Dragunov. Like no one else sounds or talks or is just like this guy, and you can't match this guy. He's a fireball of just.
I always think he's just Shakespearean.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like it works.
I
so
could
well
probably listen to him read a phone book, and it'd probably sound amazing.
I think his promos as well work great for like video packages as well, just like sound bites His intensity.
He would be good if he read like audiobooks of like Lord of the Rings or something. Like great war, like read war
Absolutely,
novels.
like, yeah.
He's just so intense, man. I bet this guy's such a sweetheart teddy bear in real life.
He looks like a nice guy.
Yeah. Except when I watch him on TV, he's murdering people. Love it.
We then go to a recap of last week's NXT Underground match between Damon Kemp and Eddie Thorpe.
Which was pretty sick. A lot of people were talking about this, and we recommended it from last week with some crazy spots in it. Like, was really into this. I hope we see more of it.
I'd like more of this. And we see, after the show last week, Eddie Thorpe and Gable Steveson leaving the arena. And Thorpe says, you know what, Damon Kemp, he's special, but he's no Eddie Thorpe. Steveson is asked what's next for him. They're like, hey, we saw you throwing around people tonight. He goes, my future? Well, national title, Olympics, but I love being here. There's a lot to think about. I feel like this guy's been thinking about things for about 2-3 years
He's
now.
just been thinking, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going back to the Olympics, then back to WWE.
When is the Olympics? Next one.
California, Paris,
2024. It's next year.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
well, you could wrestle before then.
Yeah.
But I did read that like he was checking out again. So
Yeah. Like, I feel this guy's just going to keep doing these. I don't think he's ever going to be around.
it's a mean German suplex.
He does.
From last
He
week.
does.
Damn.
We-
This was, oh my god, audible gasp of laughing. They cut from this clip to a bunch of trainees.
Yeah. PC talent, I guess. Watching on an iPad last week's match.
And this one girl goes, "That was sick.
That was
sick." You know that was
Yeah,
put in there for a
shame.
reason. This girl had to say, "Wow, NXT Underground, that was sick."
We keep on, you know what this reminds me of? It's like doing your homework in class just before the lesson starts.
Right, you
Because
just
we
watch
see
NXT.
every week, we see people watching last week's show on their iPad.
Right.
And it's like, guys, make sure you watch the show before this week's show. And they're like, fuck, I better watch this NXT Underground match. Oh, that was
Ridiculous.
sick.
Sick.
Dijak comes in and says,
Takes off his glasses.
yep, you thought Eddie Thorpe was tough? Give me a break. So, setting up Dijak's next feud there with Thorpe.
Put him in the Underground.
Which, I mean, that would be cool. We've seen, I think, Dijak, the character's ridiculous, but when it comes to big matches, he's been delivering on
Yeah.
NXT in this last run. And Eddie Thorpe took a while for us to like see something from him. He definitely showed it in that match last week, and I think a Dijak match is probably a good way to go.
Yeah, it would be a good pairing there, I think.
We then go to like our main event of the evening, I think.
Yeah.
Bron Breakker versus Ilja Dragunov to determine Carmelo Hayes' opponent at the Great American Bash.
Yeah, I mean, if you're someone who cherry picks NXT, I'll say it right now, this is a TV match. You're whatever contender. Like, this is one of the best NXT matches I've seen in quite a long time. Really love this. So, cherry picking aside, go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah. Dragunov just charges at Bron immediately, but gets caught, sent in the corner. Bron's delivering those shoulders, these elbows. They start trading forearms, and Dragunov is delivering his nasty chops. And then Bron hits a vertical suplex, which sends both over the top rope to the floor. This move is always super scary when they do it, but
Yeah.
always looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm always worried something bad will happen, but they still managed to do it.
Bron then jumps off the top rope, but eats a kick from Dragunov, like his jumping side kick. And then Ilja starts delivering like these deadlift German suplexes to the big man, hitting the hat trick. Bron then goes up the top, going for what we assume is his bulldog, like his dad used to do, but more just like clobbers him on the back of the head.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying the bulldog or like clotheslining
It's
him.
just like a
Ilja
nasty-
drops, so
Ilja
you
drops.
hit him, yeah.
And then goes for the military press slam, but Dragunov escapes and hits the DVD into the corner on Bron, followed by the Torpedo Moscow, but Bron kicks out.
Oh yeah, crazy.
I don't normally see people kick out of this.
Yeah, he's pinned a lot of people with this. I love, again, the intensity of Ilja because he's always screaming in his matches. Like, ah!
It's like Ibushi, you know, he's always just,
Yeah.
ah!
Oh, man, what a match that would be.
Yeah. Dragunov then leaps off the top, but is hit in midair with the spear from Bron. Looked great, but only a 2. Again, Bron's spear pretty well protected here in NXT.
This looked great.
But Dragunov kicks out. Bron then goes for his military press slam, but Dragunov counters it into a DDT, spiking Bron on his head. And then Dragunov goes for the powerbomb, can't quite get Bron up, but tries again, gets him all the way up. But what I love with this is he, like, jumps to slam him. I haven't really seen this before.
Kane used to do.
Yeah, like leaping
dropping
down
with it,
Yeah, looked really cool. And then there's his like flying knockout blow, the forearm to the face on Bron, but Bron kicks out.
So it's not quite a knockout then. I feel like this should be the super.
Finish.
Yeah, this should be the super.
It's
finish.
like whenever Osprey does the hidden blade before the Stormbreaker. I'm like, the hidden blade looks way more deadly.
Yeah, it looks like you'd kill someone with this KO blow. Like Bron's laying down, he on top of you, like forearms you. Like, it's nuts.
Dragunov then just starts slapping Bron, and Bron comes back with this huge lariat, just turning him inside out.
Yeah, upside down.
And then Bron goes for the spear, but as he goes for it, Dragunov hits him with Torpedo Moscow again, and then hits it a third time, this time to the back of the head, and puts Bron away. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, two powerhouses, two meaty men just slapping meat. This was full of Bron getting really the test from like a hard-hitting wrestler here. We've seen Bron versus, some WWE main roster people and some NXT up-and-comers, but this guy's a whole different breed. This guy's a whole different monster, and kind of awakening something in Bron, I'd say. Bron kind of found his match. I think my favorite Bron match I've seen, possibly, because like Dragunov just doesn't miss and brings something so different, and kind of Bron is big and mean and scary, and he's got badass written on his tights, which we'll talk about in a second. But like seeing him face this other guy who's probably a little smaller than him, getting slapped up and thrown around, like I feel like we'll see this match, if all things go right. Like we'll see this match again and again and again in WWE, whether it be PLEs or Raw or SmackDown. Or
I hope so, because for me, I really enjoyed this match. I wanted a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel those first few like big kickouts were like earned.
Right.
Yeah, and it felt like they were trying to do their takeover epic match in 11 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So for that, I felt actually it was after the kickouts, like the final like stretch, that I really liked this, and I was just like, man, I want to see them run this back. And I was surprised they did this tonight instead of the Bash.
I would have loved it longer too. That was my only gripe. Yeah.
So,
again, Dragunov versus anyone, but definitely Bron is a great opponent. Great back and forth. Great chemistry. I
feel we're like rushing this through, because I do think Bron's moving up, and I think Ilya's probably moving up soon as well, because
really,
like have the match with Melo at Great American Bash. I do think Melo retains. I think that sounds awesome, that match. I see Ilya going up soon, and if they're smart, Survivor Series, Gunther,
Chicago,
Ilya would be awesome. Get that like right towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Third time going for match of the year.
Wow.
I think like you debut Ilya on main roster against Gunther. Like people might be, who's this guy? Once you've seen the match, you'll know who this guy is.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can make an absolute star in him.
The same with Bron, right? The way he's positioned, like there's too many cooks right now in WWE. They seem to have a lot of things planned out beforehand, which is good, but then like hard to insert new casting characters when you got things already like lined up for like a long story kind of thing. So it'd be interesting to see where he eventually ends up, because like again, him and the Diamond Mine, the two brothers, the Creeds, like they would be pretty good.
I mean, if you wanted to like hotshot him, like Seth,
I guess
Seth and that title, like Roman, you're gonna come in and lose against Roman, but I could totally see them like taking it off of Seth,
or like LA Knight beats Austin Theory and then Bron comes up, but like the US title is like whatever, but still,
still can make something from it.
Or the Creeds and the tag titles and something like that. But yeah, this was pretty good. And my only gripe was I would have liked to see it on the Bash, because they would have gotten a bit more time.
Yeah.
But Dragunov versus anyone is fantastic.
I'm surprised it was clean as well. I thought maybe we'd be going for a triple threat. So
or four-way.
Does Bron have anything at the Bash? Is this the last we've seen of Bron? What do you think?
Yeah, true. I was under the assumption something funky would happen, and then with Finn Balor's involvement, maybe a four-way at the Great American Bash. But this dude lost clean.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can he say? He lost. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
We then see Wesley being interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell. He's always polishing that North American Championship.
Yeah, talking about long title reigns that might come to an end right here.
Yeah. Yes. Mackenzie brings up that he'll be facing Mustafa Ali at the Bash, and he goes, "Yeah, it's on, girl. And I treat every match like it's my biggest match, but there's something different about this. And I don't know how to plan for this guy, which makes things dangerous." Kind of bringing up that he's been fucking around with them. Yeah.
Cheeky Ali.
This is where Dom comes in and goes,
Sorry, Dominic Mysterio?
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom.
They've added the
Love
dirty to it now. He goes, "You're the open challenge guy, right? Well, I accept." And Wes is like, "Oh, I haven't done that open challenge."
Yeah,
for a
whatever.
while."
Yo, Dom is Dom reminds me of like legit shitty people that you know in real life. This guy hasn't even finished talking and he goes, "Whatever, I accept." But no, actually, I don't do the challenge. Yeah, cool, whatever.
Cool,
I
see
do
you
it.
then.
Yeah.
Wes says, "I haven't done it for a long time." And Dom's like, "Oh, I get it. So as soon as I want to accept the challenge, you don't do them anymore." And he goes, "Well, you know, things were getting kind of crazy around here, but if you want to get crazy, we can do it right now." Dom does the classic heel thing. "Oh, no, not this week. You're not ready. We'll do it next week, and I'll give you time to prepare." So it's confirmed. Next week, Dominic Mysterio.
Dirty Dom.
Sorry, Dirty Dominic Mysterio making his NXT debut.
This is the
Fucking go.
biggest NXT main roster integration known, like possible. Dirty Dom in a match.
I think people will they should hype this up on Raw.
Yeah.
That Dom's going for a title on.
Oh yeah,
on
he's gonna
Tuesday.
talk about it. He should win. If we weren't already promised Ali Wes,
Yeah.
I'd say just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like he should be down here and wrestling for this title. But yeah, this
This is gonna be fun.
will be pretty great. I gotta bust out my new Dom mask.
You do have careful how you say that. But
I mean, I had a few. No, shout out.
save it for Berghain.
Save it for Berlin. Yeah, I'll bring it. Shout out Big Tom, Pure Fandom. I bought me some masks. So we gave away a lot of masks at our Forbidden Pour event, but I had to buy some for myself, and I finally got a Liger mask. I finally got a Joker Penta mask for the set here, but this guy already had the Dom. So Dom's WrestleMania mask was like a tribute to Rey Mysterio's Halloween Havoc one, but then like changed a little bit with his own. I got that mask, and
It's great.
and I've been wearing it. It's just so funny. I love it. So I'm excited. Dom, I'm gonna wear the mask next week.
The chat room is all about this match. Leone's calling 2.3 million next week for this, and the quarter hours will beat the Bloodline segment from SmackDown.
Yeah,
this Friday,
Dom
the Tribal Court.
Because Dom is on
Dom's
NXT.
on Tuesday.
Holy man, I'm excited. I've been loving what's been going on with Dominic Mysterio. So, and you talk about how I've been a follower of Vaughn since day one. I've been a fan of Dom since day one. Ever since he was backstage playing his PSP. Ever since he was front row when his life was on the line. I've been watching him. So I'm happy to see him thrive, and he's just so easy to hate, and people are loving to hate him, and that's what's fun about wrestling. So I love that it's working for him finally.
We see our best friend Baron Corbin in his big house. Highlights of him burning all his stuff last week.
No ship.
And he says, "Last week I burnt those ships. I burnt all my old gimmicks. But the problem is, I'm now without a compass. And with embers still soldering, what's my future? This house, this life, all built from the echoes of the last 8 years." And we see every single gimmick he's had, from the lone wolf to the waiter to the king to the depressed to the happy to the God's greatest wrestling god with with JBL to shorts and tank
Whatever that
was. And he says, "They say you can't fight fate, but that's exactly what I'm doing." And he leaves his house, gets in his car, starts driving. Says, "As I look back, I see nothing in common with those I portrayed myself to be. But now, who the hell am I?" And then he gets to this wooded area with candles.
It's like
all
tiki
outside.
torches, yeah.
Yeah. And we see a hooded figure Corbin approaches.
Okay, so Corbin's burning all the ships. He's burning all his past gimmicks. Cortez, he's not turning back. He gets in his car, he goes for a drive. He gets out of his car, it's like a horror movie. He's like, what's going on in the woods? And there's a hooded figure that he then, we assume, follows into the woods with these torches. So
Is he joining Schism?
it's a spooky gimmick, right? It's gotta be. It's a spooky gimmick.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin's getting a spooky
The
gimmick.
Warlock.
I-
Baron Corbin.
What else could you possibly do to this person? So yeah, let's go.
Well, or is this someone who's gonna like?
Let's go.
is
Let's
it someone
go.
who's gonna be with him? Is it another manager?
I guess, right? He's got to be with someone, but like it looked like a big person. Is there someone spooky that I don't know? It's ridiculous. It's
Eric Young.
Showtime.
Yeah,
He's not in WWE.
he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
he's been there a while.
Did this guy look big? I don't know. Oh, also, what would that have to do with
No, his
spooky?
sanity is kind of weird.
I don't know.
Spooky.
So he's going into the woods.
It's Baron Corbin. It could be anything.
Well, we know Von
Blue
Wagner
cane.
hangs out in the woods. Blue cane?
Blue cane.
I wish it. I wish. Purple cane, rainbow cane. Yeah, I don't know, but like, is Baron Corbin gonna start? Is he joining a cult? Is this like Midsummer? Is this The Village? M. Night Shyamalan? What's going on here?
Maybe it's Kyle O'Reilly. Still in.
Well, it's Vaughn who
In
was
the
in the
woods.
woods.
Yeah.
He's out there. So Baron Corbin's gonna go out there. I don't know. This was spooky woods. This was
Spooky
like
woods.
fall time, October time. Those like farms that put on those like spooky mazes.
Almost like like Viking funeral kind of thing. All those torches and.
I mean, these look like those like mosquito torches, but I don't know.
Give us your theories.
What's going on with
what's
Baron
going
Corbin?
on with Barry? Like, let us know at Poisonrana.ca
Yeah, is he
on Twitter or on Thread.
is he joining a cult like Threads? Is he joining?
Not like the thing is, this looks like, and I think it is something separate, but it's very close to the Schism stuff,
Right.
right? Like he is lost. He doesn't
He's
know.
scared.
He doesn't know his way. He doesn't
Oh.
know who he is.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. Last week, the Schism, someone headbutted someone and they were wearing a loaded mask and it was like a red cloak thing, right? And this week, Gacy's like, oh, it wasn't me. Clearly, that person wasn't Corbin because of the size,
Yeah.
but maybe he is joining the Schism.
Yeah,
Who knows? Because he's a lone
to
wolf.
bring him to the main roster with him.
Because he's
Baron Corbin's
Baron
Schism.
Corbin's so inclusive and
exactly.
happy face.
Yeah.
Because he's happy. Get it? Happy face, happy Corbin.
Yeah,
Right? It all works
it
out.
works.
There we go. We figured it out.
So Schism. Gotcha.
Yeah, got it.
We go to our next match, Tiffany Stratton versus Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile's in mourning as the Creeds left. Everyone left her. Tyler Rust, Malcolm Bivens,
Man.
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, she's been through the
and now
ringer.
the Creeds.
Paxley.
And still Paxley. So representing Diamond Mine alone, Ivy Nile.
Wearing a Creed shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
She's just so sad.
So sad.
What happened?
Booker calls Tiffany a hottie biscotti and says, "Give me a cup of that." And Vic points out, he's like,
Book, I've already told you, but...
a biscotti's a cookie. It's a biscuit.
Not a
like,
coffee.
It's not a drink.
And Booker says, it is what I want it to be. Oh, yeah.
He should also say, Booker, she's old enough to be your granddaughter. There's this weird snapmare from Tiff. Ivy catches Tiffany with a single-legged Boston Crab, which Tiff transitions out of into a headlock. And then there's a springboard right hand from Ivy. Quite a bit of sloppiness, I got to say, in this match. Tiff sweeps the leg on the apron,
Sweep the
doing
leg.
a hip attack, sending Ivy to the outside, and then does this like face stomp to Ivy, where it seems like Ivy might have been hurt here.
It looked like she just rubbed her feet, right, like she stomps her face. I don't know. I hope her nose is okay. I don't know if she was bleeding, but ouch. The ref was checking on her.
There's another hip attack from Stratton, and then Ivy comes back with a side kick and goes for Julius's like cartwheel Death Valley driver and goes to follow it up with like the Creed's lariat, but Tiffany escapes. Ivy goes to the Dragon Sleeper, but Tiffany escapes, slamming her head against the turnbuckle, allowing her to hit the prettiest moonsault ever for the win.
Yeah, a little rough of a match. Tiff has definitely like been on a roll since becoming even before that. Ivy, I think, is a little lost. I don't know if that's part of the story, but like I was expecting a bit more. I know both are definitely capable of actual wrestling. Like both are super skilled when it comes to the mat and in between the ropes. But like okay, didn't like, annoy me or
I
anything.
think this was Tiffany's weakest match we've seen,
Especially recently.
And I think Ivy showed a lot of promise start, but I haven't really seen much improvement. Not that she's been given a lot of like big matches to go out there, but I didn't think they were on the same page for a lot of this match, unfortunately, and it wasn't a great outing.
Yeah.
After the match, the CWC are all chanting, "You tapped out," to Stratton.
Yeah.
And she gets the mic and says, "I beat Thea fair and square. Leave me alone.
As
Leave
if.
Brittany alone."
Yeah. I think that's the Great American Bash match. I mean, the crowd was into it. They're chanting, "You tapped out." She did tap out. So Thea beat her. I would say that's the hottest contender. That is the hottest.
There's no other contender, right?
Exactly. So you might as well run that back. And
Yeah.
I do think that's where they're going.
Well, we cut backstage to Thea Hale with Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. And Thea's saying, "Did you see how I applied that Kimura? And they taught me that. They taught me how to do that." And she goes, "Yes, they're horrible people, but they taught me that move, and now I can tap out anyone." And Duke said, "Did you hear that? They just booed Tiff out of the building, and you made Stratton tap out, and you can do it again. Become NXT Women's Champion." Start chanting, "Rematch,
Rematch.
rematch." So I think this is Great American Bash.
It has to be. Yeah.
there's nothing else.
There's
really.
no other contender that's on that level. So, and that you do the same spot. She wins the exact same way. Would be the way.
And
to
it kind of, the characters work. It's like the, mean girl prom queen kind of against the scrappy do cheerleader kind of
Yeah.
who gets picked
They
on
should
and
bring
stuff.
that up in the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. The prom queen. It'll be prom night. Thea Hale. She's gonna win the NXT title. Imagine.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? They bring up a tweet from Noam Dar just being how sad he is and lost after
Man,
losing the Heritage Cup, and he's holding a bottle of wine
this guy's got a bottle of wine in a brown
in a
bag.
paper bag.
His hair's all disheveled. His suit's undone. He's just looking like garbage.
And just a bunch of tweets from the rest of Metaphor being like, "You got this, Noam. Don't worry. We got you."
In honor of him not being here tonight because he's unfit to be at NXT, we in solidarity will not be there either. So
Yeah.
they're showing like their support that it's not fair that he's not holding the cup
Exactly.
anymore. I love these guys. They're pretty funny. Yeah.
We go to Blair Davenport, who says, "We're going to talk about how I destroyed that little girl. I felt her jaw crack. I kneed her in the face. I
Damn.
absolutely destroyed her. And this division is for grown women, not little girls with bows in her hair. And if she comes at me again, I'm going to leave her like Wendy, Nikita, and Soul on the shelf for good." So kind of continuing this story as well. We're going to run this one back, it seems.
Yeah, maybe we add that to Great American Bash too.
Like that, it's starting to get pretty full now, is it not?
Maybe.
I don't know. I can't see. I think this will be another TV one,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
We go to the Freedom or Trial match. Channing Stacks Lorenzo taking on Joe Coffey. Stacks look great tonight.
If Stack, we talked about it already, but if Stacks wins, Tony is free. So he kind of matches
Gallus.
Yeah. He kind of matches their gear.
I thought you looked good.
Looking like Tony Soprano, really.
This started off pretty slow. It was a bunch of headlocks and just kind of a normal like wrestling match.
I think the gimmick here was that he wasn't trying to hurt him.
Exactly. And Joe thinks he's pretty much going to lie down for him.
Yeah.
So we get a shoulder block from Coffey, and Joe offers his hand and says, "Do you want to be the Don? It's time." And
Stacks
that
is like,
is like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
stands up, and there's the all the best for the bells lariat from Coffey, which looked great.
Yeah.
1, 2, kick out to zero reaction.
Yeah.
I don't think they've conditioned this crowd enough to know that this is a finisher. But like it was deadly quiet here. Gallus are like reacting, "Oh my god, he kicked out."
They're like, "What are you doing?"
And Joe's saying, "We had a deal." And Stacks going, "I ain't no snitch." And then after the break, we come back and Tony D'Angelo has called in.
We have a collect call
prison.
from county prison here. Like we hear the voice, the tone, and then over the loudspeaker is Tony's voice.
Going, "Go on, Stacks, you got this. You thought you could mess with the D'Angelo family? If you ain't got family, you got nothing. And now the crowd are getting into it. They're like, oh, okay.
This is so ridiculous.
So silly.
Drop that rat bastard.
So Bronco Nima and Lucian Price come out to stare down the champ.
For reasons.
They're just...
Great debut.
It's like, yeah, they're just putting the tag team division on notice. They're staring down Wolfie and Mark. And then Joe is saying, we had a deal. And Stack says, I didn't have a deal with anybody. Starts fighting back. There's a backdrop to Joe. He takes out Wolfgang with a suicide dive. And then Stax gets the crowbar, hits Joe with it as the referee's distracted, and then does the Eddie spot. So he throws the crowbar to Wolfgang and does a backdrop, faking that he's been hit in the face. So the ref turns around and says, Wolfgang, you are out of here.
I mean, it should have been a DQ.
Yeah.
In the game, it would have been.
And then Stax hits like a knee stomp, kind of like Seth Rollins stomp, but with a knee.
We've seen him do this before, yeah.
To pick up the win and free.
We did it! Stax did it! We freed Tony D!
He says, you're coming home, Don. Never betray family.
Yeah, you hear that? Never betray family.
So this will be at the Bash, Gallus against these two.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to any Scottish people. I know my ancestry told me I'm more Scottish recently, but come Great American Bash, the Italians are taking home the gold because I think finally the Dawn is free. It's been officially announced next week. The Dawn and Stax homecoming on NXT on Tuesday night. I mean, what more can we ask for? That the Dawn is free. The Mafia. I mean, sorry, what Mafia? What are we talking about? Great. So ridiculous. You mentioned it. The crowd were so quiet for like the beginning of this. And then I don't know what it was, but when we came back, like it just picked up and the crowd were going nuts.
I think the thing, Joe Coffey's been so sporadic since coming back to NXT that people don't know what his moves are or anything. So I thought the actual wrestling was pretty dull, but I enjoyed the just campy ridiculousness.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the whole thing.
Never betray family.
Yeah. So I'm sure that will be a thing at the Bash. We go backstage to Schism, who approach Ivy Nile and says, the one survivor of Diamond Mine. And Ivy says, oh, I didn't recognize you without the loaded mask. And Joe says, that wasn't me. I was kicked out of the arena, remember? Like, it couldn't have been me.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't look like him.
It kind of did. It had the beard. It was, like, shorter and a bit...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. And, well, says it wasn't me.
Was it me?
Jagger Reed says the Schism tree is blossoming more than ever. You see people, like, more people in the yellow smiley face masks behind them. They say there's always room for one more. And as they're all walking off, I don't know, there were two of these kind of people behind them that looked kind of like Brutus and Julius.
So I might be joining the cult and spying on them?
Or like,
still there, lingering?
Maybe. Like there was one like shorter, stockier guy and one taller guy. I might be wrong, it might just be, but it was like the last two kind of lingered and looked at Ivy as they walked.
Okay.
So I wonder.
Yeah, I feel like the whole loser leaves NXT thing isn't staying with the Creeds. I said that last week, and I definitely get the vibe now. I think you're onto something with that. I think it might be them.
I'll have to go back and rewatch.
Being like, we're not going out like that. Like that, you cheated, like to get us out. So we're not going out like that. We talked to Shawn Michaels, and he said,
they're gonna take the Schism down.
Because like, how funny would it be if these dyad lads, the GYV lads, are like, yo, Shawn, we want out of here.
Yeah.
And Shawn went, okay, we're gonna have a loser leaves NXT match. Okay, great, thanks. That's how we'll get written off. No. That's how we're going to write off the Creeds. Yeah. And they're like, wait, what? You what, mate?
It's so funny.
So I think they're going to reverse it and redo the match at the Great American Bash, and Schism are gone.
Okay, cool. All right.
Unfortunately. Sorry, Dyad is gone, I guess.
Dyad's gone.
Or Baron Corbin helps them win. I don't know. Something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you could, like...
I don't know how that would work.
Like,
don't care.
Corbin goes up with GYV. Weird. Okay.
No, stop, please. Just put GYV on the main roster. Yeah.
That's what I mean with Corbin.
No. Yeah. GYV on the main roster.
Have a whole trios division going.
Trios with Corbin, yeah.
Love it.
Great. Base God, Baron Corbin.
We go backstage to Yulissa Leon and Valentina Ferois. I love these two. I did have a bit of trouble catching everything they said here.
Yeah.
I think they were saying that Metaphor are annoying, and then they start talking in Portuguese, and Humberto and Gaza come in and say, hey, how about you come and join us, and we'll put smiles on those beautiful faces. And then Nathan Fraser, Dragon Lee step in, and Fraser goes, you got a problem? I'm like, no. He goes, jog on then. You're going to hear that a lot in London. Jog on. Like, get lost. Fuck off.
Right.
Jog on.
Yeah, people always say Canadians say take off, but we don't really say that.
Jog on.
Nathan Fraser looks like Fabio holding this like trophy. Like, just his luscious hair, like the male model. Yeah, so Dragon Lee and Nathan Fraser and his cup are going to face these two, I guess. The lovers, Los Lotharios.
Yeah, so, which... They haven't had a match yet, have they?
No, they've been walking
around for weeks,
just like the new team.
So, but that actually sounds pretty good. I like Humberto and Garza. It's been a long time since I've watched them wrestle, but I enjoyed them in NXT. And Dragon Lee and Nathan Fraser are great, so that actually sounds like a pretty fun tag match next week. Yeah,
many moons ago, we covered both those guys' careers through NXT, so cool to kind of see them come back.
So next week we've got that tag. We've got Tony D'Angelo's Homecoming. Awesome.
For those not watching YouTube, I'm doing the
fingers,
the Italian pose. You know.
And Wesley versus Dominic Mysterio for the North American Championship.
For God's sakes, his name is Dirty Dom.
Sorry, I'll get there. We now go to our main event of the evening, Judgment Day, made up of Priest and Balor, taking on Trick Mello Gang, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love Carmelo Hayes. I love his music also. I'm always singing along to it. I don't know the words, but I'm always singing along to it. And I love his entrance has the bullseye thing in the middle of the ring. Like it's like the retro WrestleManias used to have the laser logos. Like he's got that for his entrance, and it looks pretty sick.
There's this huge forearm from Priest right at the beginning to Williams. Trick then comes back with this clothesline to Balor. Mello tags in, and Williams throws Mello into a springboard, into a crossbody, which looked pretty cool. Trick has height on him, so it's kind of cool watching him throw Mello around. There's then Undertaker chants to Priest.
I guess because he's wearing black and purple, kind of looks like him.
Tall, tattoos, long hair.
Kind of looks like him.
Gothy.
Yeah.
Scares off sharks.
He'd probably scare a shark or two.
Yep. They like to party as well, both.
And I mean, sharks like blood and vampires like blood, and don't forget
they're both
the last time I saw
the
last time I was talking about Damian Priest on NXT, I was talking about how much I thought he was a vampire.
That's true.
Then he went and joined a goth gang.
Yeah.
So I mean, was I really wrong?
No. Priest and Balor then start double teaming to Mello. Mello starts Trick then comes back with these right hands and a flapjack, and then hits this nice looking running twisting neck breaker. Look pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we've seen Trick use this as a finisher. Kind of, I don't want to. Who used to do this? Like Goldberg or someone used to do the spinning neck breaker thing. Yeah.
There's then a sling blade from Finn to Mello, followed by the John Woo drop kick. Goes for the coup de grace, but Hayes moves and hits his springboard clothesline. And then Priest is tagged in, goes for South of Heaven, but Mello counters this with a wheelbarrow stunner, which looked pretty cool.
Yeah, sick.
Priest then hits what looked like blunt force trauma. LA Knight's move, like the headlock front DDT driver,
kind of like Dean Ambrose used to do as well.
Goes for the pin, but Williams breaks it up. There's then a razor's edge from Priest to Trick on the announce table. I am the table here.
Ouch.
And then a code break from Mello. Dom as he's going for nothing but net. Dom gets up on the apron to distract. So Mello gets down. Priest picks him up, but Mello counters this into a satellite, like his satellite face plant. And then Dirty Dom grabs a steel chair, and as the referee's distracted, Priest gets the briefcase, but Ilja Dragunov runs out to try and get the briefcase off of Priest, and then Mello charges, Priest moves, Mello bumps into the briefcase, into Ilja's face, and then this allows Balor to set Mello up, hits the coup de grace, and pins Hayes again.
Wow. Yeah, a pretty fun main event here. Yeah. Judgment Day, again, being main event stars, giving NXT a bit of the rub. Everyone involved here has come through NXT, really, except Dirty Dom, because he's not come through here. But, pretty cool, different eras of NXT kind of represented in one match here. And kind of strange that they had Melo lose to Finn like on Raw like last week or whatever that was, and then right again here. You didn't have Trick take the loss. There must be a reason for that.
Okay, I'm wondering if this is a SummerSlam match.
I'm kind of thinking it is.
Although, are they setting up Seth Finn again at SummerSlam? Like, Seth doesn't really have an opponent and no one else waiting, but the fact we have seen Trick and Melo on Raw,
Right?
like we've seen them like interact on the main roster as well. It's unless they're inserting him into the Ilya match, which seems weird. I wonder if this is
Kind of weird. Exactly. I thought it was going to be Braun, Ilya, Finn, and Melo in a 4-way, but instead, no, it's Ilya pinning Braun clean and Finn pinning Melo, the champ, on TV. So you would imagine this guy gets a title shot. Triple threat, I guess, with Ilya in there, which it's like, I'd rather the singles, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I would like any iteration of these three, but it's like, what is the match? There was talks of people saying that there was going to be an NXT title match at SummerSlam. I guess Melo Finn. So I mean, whoever wins, you would imagine it's Melo beating Dragunov.
I would think so, yeah.
So Melo versus Finn at SummerSlam, which is like, is that kind of weird? Would people know what's going on? They usually don't do that.
Time if you have like more of this crossover. As I said, like it's not like Melo and Trick haven't been on Raw. You could do this tag match again on Raw, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I don't know. It is a little weird, but definitely
Finn should be champ.
They seem to be setting up something.
Finn's pinned him twice.
Like, as you said, you just have Finn or Priest pin Trick.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's very deliberate. You're also, this is kind of playing into the first tension between Melo and Ilya, because Melo
after the match,
at Ilya, like, what the hell are you
Ilya's
doing?
apologizing.
Trying to help.
Yeah, he's like, stay out of my business.
Yeah.
Why would you get involved? So, which is kind of right. Like, he would have won if Ilya didn't show up. So there's that tension. So it is a bit weird. It's like 1 week is the Bash, and then the week later SummerSlam. So you could potentially do that. I mean, maybe we're just talking about something that's never going to happen. But
maybe.
It does seem that having Finn interject would make that a triple threat. Maybe Braun does lay his claim and be like, nah, screw that, I'm in this match too, and it is a 4-way. But then why would you have,
especially with where was I going? I don't know. I was gonna say, especially with, this isn't like the first time Finn's pinned Melo. He pinned him on Raw, now on NXT. Yeah, so it's twice, which makes you think they're building something.
They have to give him a title shot.
Leone in the chat saying Judgment Day about to be draped in gold. Good.
We got Dirty Dom. We got
Priest cashing in on Seth. You have Dom as North American champion, Rhea as women's champion, and Finn as NXT champion.
Yeah, that
maybe.
Best stable going in wrestling.
Maybe.
Yeah, pretty fun episode of NXT. Honestly, some good wrestling. The main event was pretty good with like the back and forth with Melo, even Trick stepping up, impressing. Obviously, Priest and Finn are vets at this shit, and they're really good. But the match was pretty good. Had my interest in the storyline. Is intriguing because now I'm wondering where they go with this, and I hope we see more of Judgment Day, and I think we will, because we know Dom's here and Rhea's here next week, so Finn's probably got something to say about this, and we'll maybe clear the air of what, because they were quick to announce Ilya Melo, so maybe they do turn it into a triple threat with Finn at the Bash, which again does sound pretty good.
I think the Bash is going to be really good this year.
Yeah, Ali and Wes. If Wes beats Dom, that's a huge roadblock there.
I thought this was a bit more of an up and down episode. I thought both women's matches were pretty disappointing this week. I enjoyed the opening tag. I really enjoyed Bron, Ilya, and this main event was fun. But I still think NXT is on a good course at the moment, like with both storytelling and actually delivering on these PLEs. So not as strong as maybe the last couple of weeks we've done, but still an enjoyable episode of NXT.
Yeah, I gotta say, NXT is still seems like the least important show. A lot of people have totally checked out, and I totally understand. But once a week, there is at least minimum one match that I'm like, oh man, that delivered of watching. And there was a few
I don't know, the ratings are more people watching this than Collision.
I know, yeah, exactly. So I really enjoyed Bron and Ilya. I really got into it. So I'm intrigued of where we're going with the Bash. And I'd say on paper, so far, if we're looking ahead, predicting here that it's either Ilya Melo or Ilya Melo Finn, and then Ali versus Wes or Dom, And then
Tiffany v. Thea.
Thea,
Dallas versus the D'Angelo family.
Creeds versus
GYV.
GYV. Like,
Diane,
yeah, I feel like this card is shaping up to be something pretty good. So,
all right, well, that's what we thought. Let's see what you guys thought. Every week, we post our feedback thread on the Poison Rana Facebook group. If you haven't joined it yet, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Yeah, join the Facebook group, search Poison Rana. There's a page, you can like it, but it leads to the group, and we'll let you in, and we share memes and all fun things. But I'll read the first feedback here from Ethan Black, who writes in, fun episode. Bron and Ilja was a banger. Match of the night. Chase U versus Gulak and Dempsey was fun, and the main event was all right. Tony D'Angelo is free. Hot take. Judgment Day interference is getting too much. It reminds me of House of Torture from New Japan. Yeah, but that's part of the WWE. Like, everyone does interference. That's just WWE for years. Finisher names for Lyra Valkyria. Okay, I like where this is going, Ethan. He says the Falcon Arrow, missed opportunity. Yeah, I mean, she could just use the Falcon Arrow as a move. Yeah, that would be cool. The Falcon Kick. Yes, I know we've said that one. Yep. I think that we're determined. And Birds of Prey and Bird Lady Splash.
Oh, Bird Lady Splash.
I think we're going to go with Bird Lady Splash on that one, Ethan. Thank you.
But she has to yell it before hitting it.
Bird Lady Splash.
Bird Lady Splash.
Too bad she couldn't do like the Birdman call, like, brr, brr. I can't roll my R's, but I can. Yeah, like that would be pretty sweet.
We go to Sean, who says, a mostly okay episode wrapped around a fantastic match between Bron and Ilja. Cora had a good showing, but Kelani needs more work, and there is nothing they can make me do to care about Dana Brooke in NXT. The episode took a hard dip in the second hour with a rough match between Ivy and Tiffany, in which neither woman looked particularly good. I'm not feeling Tiffany's title reign. Character work is fine, but her promos are not good, and she's inconsistent in the ring. Stacks vs. Coffey was mostly okay wrestling and bad melodrama. The main event was fine for what it was. I was not thrilled with Melo taking another loss to Judgment Day, even if it was to create an issue between Melo and Ilja. All that aside, though, Bron and Ilja killed it. At this point, both guys are due for a move up to the main roster, and I hope we see it soon after SummerSlam.
Yeah, agreed. We go to Megan, who writes in, Judgment Day came, saw, and caused nothing but trouble. Finn pinning Melo twice should lead to Melo getting it back in blood, but it does telegraph Great American Bash a little bit. Ilja Dragunov shouldn't be treated like a challenger of the month. Speaking of Moscow Mauler, he and Bron Breakker bodied it. It was a takeover level match. Tony D is free. Ivy Nile won't be lonely much longer. I bet the Creed boys are moles in the schism. If Dirty Dom wins the NA title next week, I'll flip a table. Strong episode. Well, Megan, you better set up those tables and line them up because Dirty Dom's taking that North American title. Now I just want Dom to win even more.
And finally, we go to the BDE champion, Fire Frank, who says, the Don is free, time to celebrate AOA.
No. Hey.
My bad.
Hey.
Yeah.
True Italian.
And P.S. Dirty Dom should win the North American title. It'll get quiet in the CWC. A little too quiet.
You'll learn about this tomorrow.
Okay.
On the Ninja Turtles 2 review.
Gotcha.
With Fire Frank.
Amazing.
Thank you, everyone, for writing in there in the feedback. Again, join that Facebook page. Thank you for listening to us and joining us here on the YouTube as well. We do have threads now. Search Poison Rana Pod on that, at Poison Rana Pod on Twitter as well. And hit that subscribe on Poison Rana in whatever podcast app here. Of course, this show here on Post. Follow everything going on in the world and follow postwrestling.com for everything else John and Way are doing. Siino, Andrew, the whole gang, WH, everyone doing the Lord's work there at postwrestling.com. And yeah, we have lots of other podcasts, as we mentioned. Follow us on Poison Rana, our Patreon as well. $5, you get access to like 500 podcasts in there. So many podcasts at your disposals. I know you need them for those long rides, those walks, those days at the gym. I don't know, when do other people listen to podcasts? Cooking.
Cleaning.
Yeah, exactly. So only $5 to support us and become a friend and support us on our travels in the next little while, because we'll need it. So you want to buy us a beer, buy yourself, patreon.com/Poisonrana for only $5. But that's it. That's all. I myself, Brain Herrington, Twitter, Instagram at the Brady.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. If you want to read my 2 threads I've put up so far.
Yeah.
At Davie Portman.
Excellent. Well, take care. Goodbye. Be safe. Tony D is free. And remember, never betray family.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking these things as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.